Conquered 1532 after Christ, Peru and Lima largely depend on the Rimac River that lives around for its water source. When Francisco Pizarro arrives here, conquistador of Peru, he founds Lima in this plaza. But then on the other side over there was a Huaca, and therefore they had to build a basilica, except this is the third basilica built due to the earthquakes that occur in this area. To begin, the first area visited is Miraflores. What it really is a small mall where it has different stores for clothing, for food. It is also very close to the Marriott Hotel in Lima, Peru. One of the excellent restaurants here is Tanta.
Mírame los labios.
Here you can see Inca Cola, a typical Peruvian drink. And this is chicha morado, made by purple corn. Considered 15th on Fent Pellegrino's 50th best restaurant in the world, this restaurant Central in Lima, Peru boasts incredible foods and an amazing menu. Up next though is a dessert from another restaurant. Home to the Peruvian hairless dog, which its origins can be traced back to pre-Incan times. This here is the body of a man recovered in expeditions of 1958. You can see how well preserved they are. Notice the position that they're buried. The pre-Incan civilizations believed that the way that you were born should be the way you were buried, therefore you'll be able to go to the afterlife. They believe that the way they come into life, they must come out as well. Right now I'm going up a Huaca. These were used as domestic areas for people to live in, as well as cemeteries. This one specifically is 200 years old before Christ, as it is pre-Incan. And the incredible part is, this pre-Incan agriculture has withstood so many earthquakes throughout its years. And now as we get onto the bus again, our tour guide explains to us that the Incans showed so many things, and pre-Incans in ceramics. As you can see here, ceramics were used to show animals and different things such as the serpent. Here is shown the way that the mochi sacrificed. As you can see here, this armor is made by gold, but gold was not used and cherished for its value, but instead to show social class. For example, someone of higher class would wear this kind of armor, one encrusted in gold. This is Chimu armor, a pre-Incan civilization. And the Chimu, known to be the best metalworkers in the ancient Peru civilizations, created amazing clothing. As well as being full of culture, Peru is 90% Catholic. Therefore, there are bound to be hundreds of conventos and Catholic churches, such as this one. They built this place in the 1600s. Oh, God. You can smell it. Upon my arrival to Cusco, I could already feel the altitude getting to me. Except, luckily, we had a friendly bus driver who in fact acted like a tour guide.
2011. Cusco relativamente era una ciudad pequeña, ¿no?
He begins to explain to us that Cusco is a relatively small city, except with the naming of Machu Picchu as the seventh wonder of the world, the economy boomed. 80% of all the jobs in the economy here is related to tourism. Another common thing in Cusco are markets. They sell various things such as clothing and food. The story of Cusco is extremely interesting. Atahualpa, the last emperor in Cusco, murdered his brother for the fight of the throne, although he was the illegitimate choice for the throne. He was later executed by Francisco Pizarro when the Spanish invaded. Then later, in the 1950s, there was a huge earthquake, except many things stayed intact due to the Incan architecture. In fact, if it wasn't for the Incas, these churches would be completely destroyed.
We're standing on the very location of an Inca temple. In 1950, after the Great Earthquake, some of the old Catholic buildings were destroyed, and during the restoration and reconstruction of this very church, they stumbled upon this Inca ruins, thousands of years old.
It's early in the morning, and I'm ready for Machu Picchu. And as the day gets brighter, I notice how high we are in the mountains.
Las manos o la cabeza fuera de las ventanas. Les informamos que conforme dictan las leyes
The ride a bit bumpy, but oh my gosh, the mountains are huge! And we can see Machu Picchu right there. Just look at the architecture here. In the smaller houses, those are where the people lived. The way these houses were built not only withstood the earthquakes, but it allowed those who lived in them to have full protection. These here are inclined to avoid earthquakes, therefore they won't fall. Also, the houses with closer bricks together, in fact, are for the more important people. And now here, you're going to be able to see a temple. The Machu Picchu was used for many things, such as measuring the time and astronomy, as well as religion. Also, the Incans found ways to irrigate their crops using aqueducts and at the same time purify their water. Therefore, they can drink water, as you can see. They also had innovative ways for agriculture and could tell the time with this monument right here, the Sun Temple. You can also tell when a solar eclipse is going to happen. From the east, it can see at 7:20 on June 21st when a solar eclipse is going to happen, and on December 21st at 6:10 from the southeast window. So to conclude, the Incas were geniuses. They found ways for agriculture, for watering, and for houses. The culture is so rich in both Lima and Machu Picchu that I was astounded. Truth is, you must go to Machu Picchu and Lima.